haunting of Brookfield House. I had always been fascinated by abandoned places, the mystery and secrets they held, and the stories they whispered through their decaying walls. So, when I heard about Brookfield House, a dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of town, I couldn't resist the urge to explore it myself. Little did I know that this decision would lead me down a path of terror and unimaginable horror. It was a chilly autumn evening when I made my way to Brookfield House. The sun had already dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the desolate landscape. The house stood tall and imposing, its once grand facade now crumbling and overgrown with ivy. Windows were shattered, and the front door hung precariously on its hinges. As I approached the entrance, a strange unease settled in my stomach. It felt as if the house itself was watching me, its eerie presence permeating the air. I hesitated for a moment, but my curiosity got the better of me, and I pushed open the creaking door. The interior was shrouded in darkness, illuminated only by the faint moonlight that filtered through the broken windows. Dust danced in the air, stirred by a gentle breeze that whispered through the desolate corridors. I stepped cautiously, my footsteps echoing ominously in the silence. The first room I entered was a grand hall, its chandelier hanging crookedly from the ceiling, swaying eerily as if possessed by some unseen force. The walls were adorned with faded paintings, their subjects distorted and disfigured. I couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of dread as I gazed into the lifeless eyes of the painted figures. Moving deeper into the house, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. The air grew colder, and a distinct smell of decay hung in the air. It was as if the very essence of death had seeped into the walls, infusing the house with its malevolence. I entered what appeared to be a study, cluttered with dusty books and scattered papers. As I ran my fingers along the spines of the books, a sudden gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing the lone candle that provided meager illumination. Darkness enveloped me, and panic clawed at my throat. I fumbled for my flashlight, desperately clicking it on. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing the shadowy figures that lined the room. Their eyes seemed to follow me, their silent judgment piercing through my soul. I hurriedly stumbled backward, my heart pounding in my chest. Seeking an escape from the suffocating dread, I made my way to the upper floors. The stairs groaned under my weight, protesting my ascent. On the second floor, I found myself in a hallway lined with countless doors. Each door felt like a portal to another dimension, and I hesitated before choosing one to enter. The door creaked open, revealing a bedroom frozen in time. The faded wallpaper peeled from the walls, and a layer of dust covered every surface. The bed stood in the center of the room, its sheets stained and torn. As I approached, I noticed a strange indentation on the pillow, as if someone had been lying there moments before. A shiver ran down my spine, and I turned to leave. But then, a whispering voice echoed through the room, a chilling, ethereal sound that seemed to come from all directions. "Leave," it hissed, the word laced with a warning. Fear gripped me, but curiosity compelled me to explore further. I continued down the hallway, passing room after room, each one holding its own sinister secrets. It felt as if the house itself was alive, playing with me, drawing me deeper into its twisted embrace. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being guided, manipulated by a malevolent force that reveled in my terror. In one room, I discovered a child's nursery, frozen in time. The toys lay scattered on the floor, their once vibrant colors faded and dull. A broken crib stood in the corner, its metal bars bent and twisted. The air grew heavy with sorrow, and I could almost hear the faint cries of a child that had long since departed this world. I couldn't resist the urge to investigate further. With trembling hands, I pushed open the door to the attic. A musty smell assaulted my senses as I ascended the creaky stairs, leading me to a place where darkness thrived. The attic was a labyrinth of forgotten memories and discarded possessions. Boxes filled with moth-eaten clothes and decaying photographs lined the dusty floor. It was in this room of forgotten treasures that I stumbled upon a worn diary, its pages yellowed and brittle. With hesitant curiosity, I opened the diary, revealing the scrawled words of a tormented soul. The author, a former resident of Brookfield House, spoke of unimaginable horrors, of unexplainable occurrences that plagued their every waking moment. They described strange figures lurking in the shadows, whispering voices that tore at their sanity, and a malevolent presence that consumed the house. As I delved deeper into the diary, the entries grew more frantic and disjointed. The author's words became a desperate plea for escape, for release from the clutches of the house's dark secrets. It was a plea that resonated with my own growing terror, and I felt a kinship with the tortured soul who had penned these pages. Suddenly, a chill swept through the attic, causing me to shudder involuntarily. I glanced around, my heart racing, as a whispering voice filled the air. "You shouldn't have come," it murmured, its words laced with a sinister warning. The diary slipped from my trembling hands, falling to the floor with a dull thud. Panic consumed me, and I turned to flee from the attic, desperate to escape the grasp of the house's haunting presence. But as I reached the stairs, a force slammed the attic door shut, trapping me within its suffocating embrace. Darkness enveloped me, and the whispers grew louder, filling my mind with tormenting thoughts. Shadows danced before my eyes, contorting into grotesque forms that clawed at my sanity. I stumbled blindly, my hands outstretched, searching for an exit that seemed to elude me. Just as despair threatened to consume me completely, a faint glimmer of light appeared in the distance. With renewed hope, I followed its feeble glow, pushing through the suffocating darkness. The light grew stronger, guiding me through the labyrinthine corridors, until finally, I burst through the front door into the welcoming embrace of the moonlit night. Gasping for breath, I collapsed onto the overgrown grass, the weight of the house's malevolence slowly lifting from my shoulders. Brookfield House loomed behind me, its facade a haunting silhouette against the night sky. As I made my way back to the safety of civilization, I couldn't help but feel a lingering presence, a faint whisper in the wind. Brookfield House had not let me go unscathed. Its horrors had seeped into my soul, leaving me forever changed. I had sought adventure and mystery, but instead, I had encountered a darkness that defied explanation. Brookfield House would forever remain a place of nightmares, a cautionary tale for those who dared to venture into its forsaken halls. And as for me, I would carry the haunting memories of that visit to Brookfield House with me, forever etched in the deepest recesses of my mind. The chilling whispers and apparitions would haunt my dreams, a constant reminder of the terror I had experienced within those decaying walls. In the days that followed, I found myself plagued by a sense of unease, as if I were being watched from the shadows. Strange occurrences began to unfold around me. Objects would inexplicably move, doors would slam shut with a force that defied explanation, and I would catch fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures out of the corner of my eye. Sleep became elusive as nightmares invaded my nights, blurring the lines between reality and the supernatural. I would wake up drenched in sweat, my heart racing, only to find that the eerie sensations lingered, refusing to be dismissed as mere figments of my imagination. Desperate for answers and respite from the torment, I turned to research. Hours were spent poring over books and scouring the internet, seeking any information that could shed light on the dark history of Brookfield House. What I discovered chilled me to the core. Brookfield House had once been home to a wealthy family, known for their eccentricities and obsession with the occult. Rumors of strange rituals and sinister practices had surrounded the house for decades. It was said that the family had delved into forbidden knowledge, unlocking a portal to the other side and inadvertently inviting malevolent entities into their lives. The spirits of those who had suffered and perished within the house were said to linger, trapped in a perpetual state of anguish and seeking solace in the torment of others. Their restless souls clung to the decaying remnants of the mansion, feeding on the fear and vulnerability of anyone who dared to enter. Realizing that I had unwittingly become a target for the vengeful spirits of Brookfield House, I sought the help of a local paranormal investigator. Together, we delved into the dark history of the house, determined to find a way to free both myself and the tormented souls trapped within its walls. Through rituals and cleansing ceremonies, we attempted to close the portal and release the spirits, offering them a chance at peace. The process was arduous and fraught with danger as the malevolent forces fought back, desperate to maintain their hold on the house and the living. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, a profound stillness settled upon Brookfield House. The restless spirits had been freed, their anguished cries silenced. The house itself seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, as if it, too, had been liberated from the clutches of darkness. But the scars remained. The visit to Brookfield House had left an indelible mark on my soul. It had taught me the fragility of the line that separates the living from the dead, the dangers of delving too deep into the unknown. It was a reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed, and that not all mysteries are meant to be solved. To this day, I still catch glimpses of shadowy figures in the corner of my eye, and the echoes of whispered voices haunt my dreams. The visit to Brookfield House had forever altered my perception of the world, reminding me that even in the most innocuous places, darkness lurks, waiting to ensnare the unwary and curious. So, heed my cautionary tale, dear reader. When tempted by the allure of abandoned places and the mysteries they hold, remember the chilling tale of Brookfield House. Some secrets are best left buried in the depths of the forgotten, for there are some horrors that should never be unleashed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.